Kelsey and Ryan back. Joel Embiid not. He'll be suspended for 3 games without pay for shoving a reporter after Saturday's loss to the Grizzlies. Embiid confronted the reporter over a column that mentioned his son and late brother while questioning the superstar's professionalism and effort. The suspension is going to cost him just over $1 million. He's now been the subject of an investigation over the Sixers' handling of his knee injury, and now this, all before playing a minute on the court. NBA reporter Tim Bontemps joins us now from Boston with more on this story. Tim, what does this suspension mean in terms of the time frame for when we can see Embiid back on the court?
Well, it means, Ryan, it's going to be at least another week until we see Joel Embiid on the court. It's the first game he'll be eligible to play is next Tuesday back in Philadelphia against the team he last played against, the New York Knicks, who the Sixers faced in the first round of the playoffs last spring, and who they will play in the opening game of the NBA Cup group stage, which will begin on Tuesday. That's where the Sixers will hopefully get Embiid back. He's listed as out tonight with league suspension in tonight's game against the LA Clippers. Embiid is on the trip with the team, was in Phoenix where they lost by 2 points on Monday night in Paul George's return. The expectation had been that he was going to play in at least one of these games in Los Angeles. They play the Lakers at Crypto on Friday, but he will not be able to play in either of those games, nor can he play in Sunday's game back in Philadelphia against the Charlotte Hornets, setting him up to potentially return again next Tuesday against the Knicks, and then probably miss Wednesday's game against the Cavs because, as I reported last month, the Sixers have made it clear that they want to be cautious with Joel Embiid. They're probably going to be limiting him in terms of the number of back-to-backs that he plays, and given that will be potentially his first game of the season, it's hard to see him playing Wednesday night against the Cavs in his second straight game as well.
Okay, so he could come back and then be right back out. And by the way, the Sixers, they've really struggled with him out 1-5 on the season without Embiid. Tim, hang on. Kelsey, you've got more.
I do. Let's talk about what we're going to see tonight. 2 teams off to hot starts this season. 7-1 Celtics hosting the 6-1 Warriors in Golden State. They got their guy back, Steph Curry, Monday night from an ankle injury. He scored a casual 24 points in 24 minutes in a win against the Warriors. They enter tonight 4-0 on the road this season. Then there's the Celtics, who have picked up right where they left off, which was a pretty good place to leave. They lead the NBA in scoring at almost 124 points per game, and Jason Tatum leads all players with 240 points. And then there's this. Steve Kerr, the head coach for Team USA, he did barely play Jason Tatum in the Summer Olympics gold medal run. Overall, Tatum played the second fewest minutes on the team and didn't even see the floor in their game against Serbia. So more from Tim now, and you've got a piece on ESPN.com this morning that talks about the similarities between this year's Celtics team and the 2015-2016 Warriors. What can you tell us?
Well, that 2015-16 Warriors team, Kelsey, went on to win 73 games, coming off of winning their first championship in 2014-15. And if you go back and look at that team and this one now, like you said, there are a lot of similarities between them, beginning with their best player coming into that season following the championship being doubted. You go back then, Steph Curry didn't win Finals MVP. Andre Iguodala won a close vote. And coming into the year after playing a Cavs team that was missing Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, the Warriors were derided as lucky by some. And Curry was seen as the guy that people still question whether he could be the best player on a team that won the title despite doing so. Jason Tatum, on the other hand, didn't win Conference Finals MVP, didn't win Finals MVP, and then this summer was being coached by Steve Kerr in the Olympics, didn't play in the 2 games against Serbia. There was all sorts of drama about his role on the team. And then you go beyond that, both teams shoot a lot of threes, both teams spread the floor with a lot of versatile two-way defensive players. Both teams play a move the ball, share the ball, play a bunch of players style. You even have a young coach in Joe Mazzulla, like Steve Kerr at the time, who lifted the team up with a new style of offense. There's a lot of different ways you can look at it, but the biggest thing that's the through line between the two teams is the Celtics have come into the season like that Warriors team with a very big chip on their shoulder despite winning the title. It's led them to get off to a hot start, and we'll see if it continues against an equally hot Warriors team tonight at TD Garden.
We're going to get to see that at 7:30 tonight. And Tim, I would just like to say that nobody puts Tim Bontemps in the corner.